So, a few quick thoughts about the game tomorrow. Colts coming into Philly to play the Eagles, and there are some similarities between the two teams. I mean, some. The quarterback situation is similar. Andrew Luck, he's coming back. Yeah, he's had a couple games under his belt already this year, but he's coming back from injury. Carson Wentz, this is going to be his first game back from injury. Um, and I was thinking, I said in my last video, Frank Reich, yeah, he's coming from the Eagles. He knows how Jim Schwartz likes to play defense. He knows how wow, I was about to say Coach Reed. He knows how Doug Peterson coaches the team. He knows what to expect from the players on this team, offensive and defensively too, but more so offense. Um, he's just familiar with the Eagles. He was just here last year. So, with that being said, the thing that's also intriguing to me is the fact that the Eagles are also familiar with him, Frank Reich. So it's going to be one of those games, I feel, that is going to be a little nerve-wracking. I don't underestimate the Colts by no means. There's no reason to at all. Alshon is questionable. Might as well say he's out. I highly doubt he's going to play. The whole Jordan Matthews thing is kind of confusing to a lot of Eagles fans. I like the fact that Jordan Matthews is coming back. I do like Jordan Matthews. I don't like the fact that some Eagles fans are treating it as it's like the worst thing that ever happened, because it's not. He's not coming back to be the savior of the wide receiving corps. He's there for depth. He's an upgrade from, what we have currently overall as a wide receiving corps. Like, he adds to it. So I'm cool with it. The thing that kind of makes me scratch my head a little bit is he's a slot receiver. We already have I feel like a better slot receiver in Aguilar. So it's kind of confusing to me. So you don't want to fix what's not broken, meaning move Aguilar to the outside. Let him play where he does his best. Let him play where he flourishes. So you put Matthews out wide. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna be intrigued to see how this works out with the wide receiver position. How Doug Peterson handles it. He's creative, so I feel confident. I just don't know what will be done. So, it's a wait and see thing until tomorrow. Another thing too that I need to see is Dallas Goedert getting utilized a whole lot more, because Zach Ertz, he's been up and down this season. It's only been 2 games, so I'm not stressing over it by no means. And I think Carson coming back will definitely help Ertz out. Just the entire offense, really. That's another thing, too, about the Jordan Matthews signing. He's familiar. Him and Jordan Matthews and Carson Wentz, they're really good. They're really close friends, and they are familiar with each other and how this offense runs. So that's a big plus, in my opinion, rather than bringing in somebody that's never been with the team or, played with Carson or whatever. So I feel like that's another big positive in bringing Jordan Matthews back in. So anyway, with that being said, Carson's going to make the offense better just as a whole. The one thing that I am kind of concerned about is at running back now, because Sproles is out, Ajayi is out. So that's going to leave Corey Clement as the guy, which I'm completely confident in. And he's gonna probably be the main guy. He's listed as questionable, but he's gonna be carrying the load, I'm sure, if he's good to go. And then, bringing in Josh Adams from the practice squad. Like, I'm excited to see this kid. I am excited to see this guy. I hope he gets a good amount of carries, and I hope I hope he balls out, man. I really do. So, time will tell. Um, so, I cannot. I can't wait to see that kid ball out. Josh Adams. I want to see some two tight end sets. I want to see more of Zach Ertz out there with Dallas Goedert. I think that'll help out the wide receiving situation. If you get them two out there in some two tight end sets more often and be creative with the tight ends, I think that could help, man. Like, you just try to get these guys more involved. Dallas Goedert, get him more involved. I'm hoping Alshon will be back next week. I'm hoping. He was listed as I think he was listed as questionable for this game, but I don't think he's far off. I think he'll be back soon, but I don't want to rush it and risk it long term. But I mean, we're kind of hurting without him, to be honest. I mean, that's why you go out and get Jordan Matthews, and supposedly there's a possibility of Jeremy Maclin. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, man, I feel confident we can win this game. I'm not underestimating the Colts by any means. I think it's going to be a tough game, but we win it. We win it. We go to 2-1. So, gosh, man, it's stressful. I know a lot of Eagles fans are like, oh, well, we started 1-1 last year. We went on the road in week 2, lost to Kansas City. Just like this year, we went on the road to Tampa and lost in week 2. I know, that's a nice thing to grab onto. And I believe me, I hope we can do the same thing this year, similar kind of run. But, man, we'll see. It's a different team. So once we get back healthy, get our guys back. Jason Peters, man, he's up and down. Man, we need to get him back on the field healthy and stay healthy, and that's going to be detrimental to Wentz also. So anyway, man, I just can't wait to get the ball kicked off. We need to come out with a win. You always say if you want to lose any games, or the best games to lose, I guess, if you want to say it that way, just for lack of a better term, are non-conference games, because in the playoff picture they're not as detrimental. But you don't want to fall to 1-2 at all. Like AFC, whatever. Like, it don't matter. So to me, I'm looking at this as a must-win, because you fall to 1-2, you're gonna dig yourself out of a hole, man, and that's too early in the season for that. It just makes it harder to dig yourself out of. So we'll see, man. But we got to come out with a win. Got to come out with a win. Carson Wentz, I'm feeling like I'm not expecting him to come out the gate blazing. I think he'll come out. He'll be a little rusty. He'll be a little shaky, I'm sure, at first. Let's get through that first half, that first quarter. I don't want to see him take any hits, but it's going to be inevitable. It's football. So I'm going to be nervous for him until he takes that first hit. So we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm nervous about Wentz coming back, but I guess it's just natural until he gets his first hit. So just make it through the game, and then we'll move on to week 4. So with a win, and we'll move on to week 4. So do not let this end up like Tampa. But anyway, man, that's all I got. My 2 cents for the game tomorrow. Go Birds. You know the deal.